Hey, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson, a.k.a. Uncle Tex, a.k.a. Professor Tex. You know, I was listening, I mentioned this last night and whatnot when I was going over all the different games over this past in Week 6. And I mentioned about Patrick Mahomes and about how, these jokers is ready to throw dirt on Patrick Mahomes, man. Ready to throw dirt on my man. And I'm like, how you throwing dirt on him? Because like I said, I go into grave details about all that stuff. And because they're trying to hurry up and crown somebody else. Has he been figured out, this, that, the other? Well, you saw what he did after they finally actually settled down and started looking like the Chiefs. Again, a pretty doggone good defensive front. Young defensive front at that. And so Mahomes got to doing his thing and stuff like that, and I think they ended up beating Washington like 31-13 after a slow and dreadful start. Now, I'm saying all that to say is because one of the things that I found out about when you're dealing with football, starting from high school, especially if one of your dreams and aspirations is to become a professional football player. You want to go to college and play ball, and then you want to try to play in professional football, right? To make it to the NFL. So one of the things, so that's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that come in that. And you finally get there, you go through you pay your dues, you do what needs to be done, you get drafted and all this other type of stuff, and you have an opportunity to play. So when you look at the success rate what Mahomes has had, and I've talked about his record and everything like that, and I've done that in past broadcasts. So 2018, 19, 20. So he's getting ready to go into his fourth year starting and whatnot. So his numbers speak for itself and everything like that. So, I think they might be back on the winning track or whatever. But in regardless of all that, right, the one thing that separates football players coming out of college, going into pros, and being successful, because the physical attributes and a lot of that stuff is already there, it's up here, right? It's a lot of guys that could play ball, that had it all, but when they come to the psychological stuff, the grind, because in school, right, it's still that. And even though school is a business, but it's still school because you're not getting paid. It's not a job. That's just something that you're doing to probably hopefully prepare you for the next level. Now it becomes a job when you jump into the NFL. It's a job. It's contracts. It's obligations and whatnot. So what you deemed as funny and this, that, and the other, practice or what, well, that's a part of your gig now. And a lot of guys can't make that jump and whatnot. Then the playbook might go from like this to college, so it might start looking like that in pros. And I don't really like to watch film. No, your job is to watch film 4 and 5 hours a day. That's a part of the game, right? That's a part of the game. So it's a lot that goes on in that, especially if you're playing the quarterback position, especially if you're the franchise, you're the face of the franchise. So one of the things that really bothers me, aside from them trying to throw dirt on my man, but one of the things that really bothers me and has been bothering me is now all of a sudden, because, Mahomes signed a big contract. I mean, his contract come out, but I don't know, was it $500 million or something like that or whatever it was, but down to basically making $40 million a year. And so, and which is crazy. And it make you think about what guys like Lamar is going to get or whatever as soon as he started ended up doing this contract. But that kind of money or whatever. And it's not about being in anybody's pockets. It is what it is. But now all of a sudden, and it's been a couple years in coming, so now all of a sudden you have his fucking brother who in Baltimore was like poured water on somebody or whatever he did. He did a couple of antics a year or so and a half ago. Doing something stupid. Then he's over here at the the Kansas City Chiefs played the Skins and whatnot, and they was doing the tribute to Sean Taylor, and he does some that punk ass TikTok stuff and dancing and Sean Taylor's numbers down there. Which if I guess I'm trying to figure out because I don't know, but if it's a ceremony for Sean Taylor and his numbers down there, then why would you have somebody like that even over there? Or Why is he even down on the field? I guess he can get him down on the field because he's Mahomes. He has a visitor pass. I don't know. I don't think the kid did this on purpose because I really don't think the kid, just from the looks of him, don't know shit about football. He's just Pat Mahomes' spoiled-looking brother, okay, and whatnot. So he's doing a little punk-ass TikTok dance and shit on there and whatever and all this other kind of stuff. And he ends up apologizing. Whatever. This is about the second or third incident. This is about the second incident, I believe, in a couple of weeks, and about the third or fourth since Mahomes has skyrocketed in the NFL. One of the things Mahomes, I think, in my opinion, if that's my brother, I'm like, yeah, your car keys about to get taken from you, homeboy. You got one more time to pull some stupid shit, and your car keys gonna be taken from you, and whatnot, or you can get your ass cut off, because this is not a game. You know, why are these people acting a fucking fool when this guy's trying to take his shit to the next level and whatnot? Now, his mother, a couple of years ago, corrected Chris Carter because he called him Patty Mahomes or whatever. His name's not da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, his name after his father and whatnot. So, you know, if I would be like, I would have probably even paid her no mind. I'd have been like, if the old man got something to say to me, I'll stop it. I'm not going to listen to what the fuck you got to say anyway. That's just ridiculous. Shut up. Because his career and his mom, that has nothing to do with either. That has nothing to do with nothing. He is a grown man, and this is what he does. If he came to me and say, man, call me Patrick, I'll oblige him by that. Even if his pops came in and say that, man, you know, I'm Pat, he's Patrick, call him Patrick. I got you. I don't know if I probably listen too much what his mom would say or whatever. And that's just me. But I'm like, the point I'm making, now his wife, who was all little miss and all this old kind of shit, now all of a sudden she's all on Twitter running her fucking mouth. Everybody's become a fucking loudmouth now. Everybody got something to say. It used to be a time before all this fucking social media shit where you just saw them, oh yeah, that's so-and-so's mom and dad in the stands and whatnot in the camera frame, and they know the camera's on, they might wave or they might not do anything. But it's still a bunch of families like that. They're not on social media running their fucking mouth. They're not running their mouth about their sibling, their son, or whatever the case may be. Shut the fuck up and let this man play. He got a lot on his plate. They're gunning for him. Because technically what they're basically doing, they're trying to take the Kansas City Chiefs and put them in a capsule, much like they did, and compare them to the greatest show on turf. I know what they're doing. That little 3-year run or whatever the case it may have been, and went to 2 Super Bowls, won one, lost one, and stuff like that, put up some numbers and whatnot, and this, that, and then boom, Kurt Warner basically hurt, bring in Mark Whitey Bulger, bring him on up in there and stuff like that, and then before you know it, it was over with. And that's what they're trying to do. That Mahome is a difference because Warner was older. Another difference is the fact that Mahomes is younger, and you still got Andy Reid as of Dick Vermeil as well as Mike Martz. They're not even the same pedigree of coaching as Andy Reid, but they're trying to throw dirt on him already. And I told you about Colin Coward said something when Mahomes started doing this fucking thing and trying to sit up there and say, well, his talent is going to be like a curse. But it's funny, he ain't saying that same shit about Justin Herbert, or Herbert, whatever you call him there, who just got humbled. Him and that damn San Diego team all of them got humbled Sunday with that Ravens defense. That's why I put them as, I didn't just use one player to sit up there, the NFL defensive players. No, that whole team, they humbled because they was the hottest team. Everybody was talking about them. They can't be stopped. Okay? But we see what happened. But I know you still better watch Kansas City. Kansas City just they hurt on defense, but you know they still got some work to do. But I'm like, you better still watch them. But I'm saying all that to say is, family, siblings, friends, whatever, shut your fucking mouth, stay the fuck off of social media, and let that man work. Let him work. Tell this guy, you need to tell his wife, suckle that child, shut your fucking mouth, and stay the fuck off of social media. Tell his brother, you got one more time. Say, Mom, you don't need to be saying nothing. Or tell Dad, tell Mom to stay the fuck up off of social media. She ain't got nothing to say about interceptions and what all. It should be another category. This is that, the other. Because quiet is kept. It's not even quiet as kept. It's obvious. It's obvious as being seen. It's like you're calling out Tyreek Hill. You're calling out Tyreek Hill. Let that man deal with that. Mom ain't got a goddamn thing to do with that. And the funny thing about this whole situation, you haven't heard Pat Sr. say shit. He hasn't talked. And him and his oldest son are the only ones that ever played professional fucking sports that know what it's like. His old man played over a decade. Whether I was say, oh, his record wasn't. I don't give a fuck about that. He played over a decade in a professional sport in baseball. And his son is now playing at the highest level, just like he played at the highest level, and he's performing at the highest level. So they both know what it's about. And he doesn't say shit. Even Pat Mahomes doesn't say shit. But everybody around him running their fucking mouth. And all three of them need to shut their fucking mouth. Senior need to tell mama, shut your fucking mouth, stay the fuck off social media. Tell that goddamn sweet ass son, get your ass up, do your TikTok shit somewhere else, and stop doing dumb shit. I'm gonna cut you off. And then then Junior need to sit there, hey man, hey mama, go in there and suckle that goddamn baby. Go in there and make me some goddamn pancakes. Get the fuck up in there, keep off goddamn social media. Let me work. Let me work. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the things that fuck with guys' heads and whatnot, because football is psychological. And get to the physical, psychological. I got all this other shit to deal with, and what you're doing is not helping matters out none at all. Now, people might say that's misogynistic. Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. You call it whatever you want to call it. But I'm calling it as I see it. Especially his brother. That's my brother. I said, partner, you got one more motherfucking time, and it's a wrap, homie. You'll have your ass working at Whataburger down in East Texas. So, like I say, though, so that's the name of the game, though. I'm like, let that man do his work, stay the fuck out of his goddamn business, tell his wife need to shut the fuck up, and go take care of that goddamn baby, and let me work, and y'all everybody shut that social media shit down. That's what's ruining. That's, for one, in my opinion, that's what's ruining this fucking country, period. But that's just what's ruining shit, period, anyway. It shouldn't even be that deep. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that's my little rant and whatnot. Probably back on tomorrow, later on sometime. Big game coming on tomorrow. So, Thursday night ball and whatnot. Subscribe to the page. Push the like button. Subscribe to the page. Share. Any comments, leave them down there. And like I tell you guys all the time, hey, man, there is no GOAT. There's no greatest of all time as long as time's still going on. And I tell you guys all the time, numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. Y'all have a good one.